Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Drier Days Art Studio. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Catherine and I'm so happy to have you here today. Well, in my last video, I featured my brand new boards that I designed myself and that Teal made, and I showed you a piece that I did with the center cut agate slice, which you can see there. And today I'm going to use the smaller one without the hole. I'm gonna kind of go through this pretty quickly because I shared this in the other video, which I'll include a link to that video in the description, and you can also click the lowercase I in the top right hand corner of this video to see the other video where I use this larger birchwood panel right here with the hole in the center. But today we're going to focus on this little guy right here that has a nice little keyhole in the back. And I mean, you can really hang these or do whatever you'd like on these, but I wanted to put a keyhole at the top just because I kind of like the slice in that position there. Here's the larger one. This is about a 12 by 15 inch, and the smaller one is a 9 by 12 inch. These are selling pretty quickly. I'm really happy. I designed these, Teal made them for me, as I said, and I was really hoping they would do well and they would be well received, and you guys have been loving them. They are on beautiful birchwood and they're light. They just look so professional and beautifully made, and I'm so proud of them. The ones with the holes have actually almost sold out, so if you want to get your hands on some, go over to drierdaysartstudio.com, my online website, and you can get some for yourself. And again, just going to speed through the process here of I tape the edges before I even prime my boards. In theory, you don't have to prime these, but sometimes air is still in the wood if it's porous, and when we pour resin on top of it, those air bubbles kind of come up through the resin, and of course, you know, we try to minimize our air bubbles whenever we're doing resin. So I do choose to prime my boards twice with some white gesso, and then I give them a nice sanding. These boards are already so smooth that as long as you put your gesso on nice and smooth and evenly, I hardly had to do any sanding really. It was wonderful. I just real quick came around, softened it up a little bit, made sure the sides looked great, and we were ready to rock and roll. As with the larger piece, I did decide to do one ring of epoxy sculpt, which you can see laid down in the center there, and just using acrylic paint to create my background. I knew I wanted it to be kind of blues and teals and icy looking and feeling. I knew I was going to use real crystal quartz in the middle, so I definitely wanted kind of more of an icy feel. You know, it's really turning into winter now, and Frozen 2 is out, and I just was really feeling on that vibe. So that's what I was going for here. Just using a dry brush technique that I really like to use with most of my pieces. You can see there it's nicely blended in, has kind of a soft cloudy look. And now I'm just taking those real crystal quartz chunks, as well as some very kind of light teal, light blue vase fillers that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I will just use clear glue to fill in this room around here. This is clear mirrored glass, and also just using some little gemstones that I picked up. And just going around and filling this all in. I had some mirrored glass from Michael's that matched this color almost perfectly, so that is what I'm going around the outer edge here with. And once all that is dry, I'm ready to do resin. So I wanted to show here I have a wooden round covered with a silicone mat and then my painter's pyramids, and I wanted to show you that because now I have this nice little thing, which I showed in my last video too, of how I can, as a unit, take this off of my art table and set it on another flat surface to cure if I need to use my art table again, if I don't want to just let this sit here. I have to take a moment to thank my new patron, Danielle. My patrons really make it possible for me to do so many things with this channel and with my art studio. Thank you so, so much. If you want to check out my Patreon or how you can support my channel, check out the video description. And also need to give a very special thanks to Victoria, who donated just a ton of different art supplies and things. She's been a patron of mine for a while and a supporter of my channel, and I just really need to give her a big thank you. So thank you so much to Victoria, and thank you, Danielle, for your patronage. As I do in most of my videos, coming around with just some clear resin to just put a little coating on those loose stones that maybe some of the clear glue missed. And using the Hawaiian Blue by Just For You Online UK, which you can find in my online store, Drier Days Art Studio, And coming around a little bit with some of that. And this is the Chameleon Lilac Blue Green. And when I pour clear over it, you can just see it comes alive. So beautiful. It was the perfect color for this piece. That really is a neat pigment, and I sell a lot of it in my store, so definitely come over and check some of that out. It's a gorgeous pigment. Adjusting some of the mirrored glass, making sure it's all out of the way where I like it, and I will do the clear over that as well. I have sped this up a little bit for time purposes, but and you just get more comfortable with using resin, but I try to be controlled with it so that I don't have a ton of runoff. And you'll notice that you do kind of get better at controlling your resin, and especially depending on the temperature of your room, how thin the resin feels. Here too, I created sort of this nice barrier with that mirrored glass, so the resin wasn't going to go too far. I wasn't going to lose a lot of it over the edges. This is some Peacock Green from Laura's Art Corner by Laura's Expressions. Beautiful color. I'm just going to add a little bit in that center to give me some depth. I will link Laura's Art Corner down in the description, and with a little discount code as well. And here are the white opal flakes. I love this product by Just For You Online UK. I do have it in my store, also available in green and purple opal flakes. I don't get to use the white opal flakes enough, and I thought I have to incorporate it in this piece. And they just look gorgeous. When you see the up close photos at the end of the video, you'll be able to see just stunning. Using just a little bit more of that Chameleon Lilac Blue Green. Don't be afraid to use your hands. I definitely use my fingers to manipulate the resin, to do a little bit more movement or go where I'd like it to go. Just make sure you have gloves on. I just cringe when I see people not using gloves with resin. Please use gloves, and definitely make sure you're using an organic vapors respirator, that you have a window open or in a well-ventilated area. We are working with chemicals here, and safety is so important. I stress that in my resin e-course. I show all the products and tools that I use to keep myself and my family safe. And definitely, this is such a fun art form, and we just want to make sure we're protecting ourselves. Just hitting there with some heat to pop any bubbles. And now it has cured for about 20 hours, so it's not fully cured yet, but coming in with gloved hands again and some silver gilding paint around that center section where I had all the stones, and using that gilding paint to sort of outline that area, give it a little bit more depth to pop out a little so the eye notices it. I will also use my Uni Posca markers over there, as well as this is a silver metallic marker from Michaels that I love. It's one of my favorite pens. I have it in gold as well. If you watch any of my other videos, my coasters, you know I love to use these markers. And I'm just bringing that right up along that epoxy sculpt line. And again, you can see there it just makes the sections pop out. Both of these pieces, the other one that I did too, coming around with that metallic and filling in between the edge of the board and the stones that I put down there, and really gives a nice effect on the side too. So just keeping things interesting all around the piece, not just on the front facing part, but all around the edges as well. And when I feel like I am done, I do a flood coat, a clear coat, and let it cure for about 3 days. And here it is outside on an overcast day. I'll get a few different views here so you can see it from different lighting and such. But I am so happy with how this turned out. Sometimes I do some bright colors, not usually. This is a little bit bright for me, I feel. Look at that beautiful edge where we have the birch on the sides. And you can definitely continue these around the side if you don't want to leave that natural wood look. I wanted to have the natural wood. You can also kind of have it going this direction, which I think is pretty cool too. You can, set these on an easel, on a mantle, or another piece of furniture, or you can use that keyhole or make your own hole and hang them on a wall. You can see the white opal flakes in there near the center. And depending on, how the light is hitting it or where you're standing gives different looks and effects with this piece, with the different chameleon pigment in there and the opal flakes. Just beautiful. I love it. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think this board is such a cute little size. And then obviously we have it from outside in the natural light, which I showed in the beginning. Lots of sparkle. Beautiful blue and teals in there. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I wanted to get a video out for you with the smaller board that didn't have the hole in the center. Again, these are available in my store, dryerdaysartstudio.com. They're selling out pretty quick, so get yours if you're interested. Come find me on Instagram at dryerdays. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and until next time, keep on pouring.